Hello, Big Brother fans. We're catching up. Tonight is the episode 28 review. And I just wrote here, let's just sum it up by saying Amanda is a piece of work. She is pretty much the scum of the earth, but as much as you hate her, you have got to admit that she is one of the very few people who is actually playing the game this season. Now, I'm so at a, I just don't know what to do because I've always loved Big Brother as a game. And I've always disliked that the jury has always taken things so personally and has never really voted at the end for the person who really deserved to win the game. And they've always taken it in such a personal, from such a personal standpoint instead of going, hey, but that person really, really played this game. And I think that I wrote down here, I was like, oh my, Dan said exactly what I said. She's playing the game. However, he also did point out the fact that there's playing the game from a game standpoint, and then there's playing the game from, tearing people down from a personal standpoint. And I think that's where I have a hard time dealing with it, because I personally do not like Amanda, and I do not like the way she's playing the game. However, she's the very few people in that house playing the game. Aaron left tonight. She tried playing the game. She really did try playing the game. But because of her, racist and, and stuff, I think that inhibited her in a way. Nobody really wanted to be aligned with her because of her first alliance, with the first bunch of people that left the house. And it just went sideways. I would have truly, as much as I disliked Aaron as well, I would have liked to have seen how she would have played this game if she'd chosen a different alliance from the beginning, or if she just started the game out not immediately jumping into an alliance. That would have been interesting to see, because I think she tried her hardest. She did what she could to stay in the game by agreeing to do things that she didn't personally like, but it kept her in the game this far. I mean, because look, she would have gone out week 5. She would have gone out, and this is week 10, so it served her well by doing the things that she did, but yeah, it couldn't last. Anyway, America, we got to vote. Well, most of America. I did watch this earlier, but I just watched it again, Hawaii time, and we're 6 hours behind Eastern and 3 behind Pacific, so we never get to vote on things that are decided immediately. So America got to vote on the bunny or a chicken suit, that, the losers or the last 2 people to come in at the end of the HOH competition tonight, that they would have to wear the chicken or a bunny suit for 48 hours. And I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. I think it is a spoiler. I'm not sure if they told it at the end of the episode. But anyway, it's nothing really. I mean, like, who cares if I tell you if it was a bunny or a chicken suit? But the chicken suit is what the 2 last people have to wear. And then I went on about how, Dan said that, regardless, that Amanda is playing the game, but she's playing it like a brat. And brat to me was a very nice way of putting it. I'd say she's playing it like a bitch. Just like, I mean, he when Julie asked him if he felt that this was just gameplay or if it was her playing it, he says he thinks it's really her playing it, and I do too. I think that she truly is the way she is in the game, as well as being on the outside. That's, let's just say bless her heart. he says that, you know, his game versus Amanda's game is that she's mean and attacks people personally, whereas he was ruthless, but his was never ever personal, which is very true. You know, he was ruthless and he was underhanded, but he never ever took things to a personal level, which is actually something that Amanda has said in the past, you know, about, you know, people, you know, she would jump on people and say, you know, I can't believe you took this to a personal level. I've only ever played this on a game level. Well, you know, she passed that game level and jumped into personal level quite some time ago. But you know what, like I said in the last episode I did a review on, she has a hard time looking in the mirror and seeing herself as the way she is. I think she is so used to being like a golden child that she's never ever done anything wrong, and I don't think she knows the difference, to tell you the truth. And that's just abnormal. I'm sorry. You know, like I said, I try not to choose sides, and you know, and I try to be as objective as possible when I do these reviews, and it's really been hard for me to be objective when it comes to Amanda. It really has. She's just a foul human being. She's not someone I would ever want to be friends with. That's sad. Anyway, who cares, right? Who cares, Beth, if you want to be friends with her or not? She probably wouldn't want to be friends with me either. So we did a review on Big Brother Showmances, and they did an update of Rachel and Brennan, who are now married, and then they did Danny and whoever that guy is. Nobody ever in my household remembers, and we've watched every year since season 1. And then they did an update on Jeff and Jordan. So Danny and whatever his name is are married, and Jeff and Jordan are still engaged. And you know, Jeff isn't a spring chicken, and she isn't going to hang around for a whole lot, you know, if he doesn't get on it. We got to the votes, and it was a unanimous decision that Aaron was going to leave. And a little later on, Julie asked about the Gina Marie. Why didn't Gina Marie at least give you a pity vote? And it's something that's been happening this season, where everybody does the unanimous thing because they don't want, you know, people to get singled out and you know, get picked on later on. So actually, Aaron told her to, you know, just go ahead and vote with the house, you know, so you don't single yourself out against everyone. And interestingly, Julie said, well, that was big of you, with no, it was just like, yeah, Julie is not a fan of the Aaron person. And she came out amidst boos and cheers. You could barely hear the boos. The boos were there. You could hear them at the very ending. Then Julie takes her to task. After they looked at some of the goodbye messages, I laughed at Alyssa's goodbye message. I have nothing to say to you. Enjoy jury or don't. Hilarious. The girl's funny. She really is. I don't think people have been able to enjoy her really for what she can offer. And she actually said in the house the other night that in a way she wishes she, you know, well, no, she doesn't, she didn't wish that she had a child, but she said she wishes that she was able to you know, be a little bit more, you know, funny and joking and blah blah blah, but she is constantly aware of the way she's being portrayed in the house, because she wants to be someone that her son can look up to, you know. And I think that that's something that very few of them, you know, just her and Helen have thought about. You know, these people, these younger kids, you know, they don't realize with Amanda running around with her tits covered with band-aids, and last night bleaching, little spoiler, but not really, they'll never air it, you know, bleaching her ass whole. You know, they don't realize that at some point they're going to be someone's mom. Yeah, that's, you know, I guess that's one of the follies of youth. Anyway, we're back to Aaron, and Julie takes her to task about some of the comments that she made in the house that were racist. And her reply was, well, being Southern, it's a stereotype. What does that mean? And then she's sorry, but she thinks that everything she said was taken out of context. And then the audience laughed at her with that excuse. And then she said she didn't remember saying any of those things and they were not meant to be serious, and apologized. And then more audience laughter. They were not amused with her. So the laughter wasn't, I'm really laughing, because it's humorous. It's more a, you are the biggest a-hole in the world kind of laughter. And then, they came back, I guess. Oh, then they went to the goodbye messages. And then she comes back and she says, well, is there anything else that you want to say? And she said, no. But in Texas, we say things. We joke. So basically, she's taking Texas down with her, saying that Texas is the biggest douchebag state in the world, and that everyone in Texas are racist because that's what they all do and say, when I know that that is not the truth. Aaron. We moved to the HOH game, and it was called Big Hopportunity, where they hopped over to a cage and they had eggs in there. And this is another game that has been done in the past where, through the fence they had to maneuver the egg from one end to the opposite end, where they take it out and then they had to hop back and put their egg into their basket. The first one to reach a dozen wins the HOH. And I did a spoiler earlier, so if you want to know who the winner of the HOH is, just look for HOH spoiler with today's date, which is August 29th, and I'll tell you who else, who also won the, or who also has to wear the chicken suits. And then as they were going in, the two losers said, hey, I think we're going to be like the first people ever, right, in Big Brother history to wear chicken suits. Hello, people in the house who don't watch Big Brother. Everybody knows Chicken George, don't they? Chicken George. So anyway, Julie ends that there's going to be a surprise competition for the house guests. I'm going to guess that it's going to be it's going to either be a luxury competition where, where they get clothes, because they've been begging for a luxury competition for weeks and weeks and weeks now. Or it's going to be something where whoever it is that wins gets to choose one or two people to go with them, and they get to go outside of the house. So that'll be interesting to see who wins and who gets to go. And then we're also looking at double elimination or double eviction next week. So the house guests already know or have an inkling that that's going to happen. They're already talking about it. They're expecting it to probably be next week. So they're already getting themselves geared up for that and putting themselves in place and saying things like, next week you're not going to be the HOH and you're going to need us because it's double eviction week and and this and this and that. So it's certainly going to be a very interesting week, and I can't wait to see who, to watch the fallout from the nominations, which is tomorrow. So watch for my spoiler. And then on Saturday they're going to do the POV. I'm going to be gone almost all the day, but as soon as I get home, I promise I'll get updated as to who won the POV, and I'll do a spoiler then. Till then.